How do I get better at Facebook Lives? Now, I've been asked that question a while back, and I just thought I would cover it today just as an extra episode today. How can you get better at Facebook Lives? Well, unfortunately, the only way you can get better at it is actually to do more of them. You need to get more relaxed speaking on camera. You need to get more a little bit more confidence in yourself that if you goof up, which is something that probably is going to happen on a Facebook Live, especially on the first couple of ones, because you're only new at it, you are going to stutter, you're going to stumble, you're going to say something stupid or whatever. But that's probably one of the things, or one of the reasons people actually do watch Facebook Lives, is because we're just waiting for that moment when, someone falls flat on their face and makes a fool out of themselves. But unfortunately, you're going to have to get through that, over all those kind of hurdles before you actually get good at Facebook Lives. You're going to have to do as many as possible. Now, while you don't have to go on Facebook all the time to get better at the recording, what you can do is something that I'm simply doing here. Just get your video out every day. Start recording yourself just talking to the camera. Get relaxed, just have a conversation as if you are maybe talking to a friend or whatever. Maybe you're explaining something in your business. Maybe you're explaining how your business is going. Maybe you're explaining something that really pissed you off today, or you had a little victory or whatever. But if you do find time to yourself, especially in the car or something like that, if you maybe sitting in the car park or whatever, or you're waiting on somebody, whatever, it's very easy just to whip out your iPhone or whatever, just set it up on your dashboard and just start talking to it as if you're talking to another person. And you will find over time that the more you do that, the better you'll get at it. I remember reading a long time ago in Tony Robbins' book, when he was starting off in speaking, he knew that he needed to get better at it, and he knew he would need to give as many speeches as possible to get good at it. So what he did was he joined a local Toastmasters. Now, I think this Toastmasters were maybe meeting up once a week or something like that, which meant that if he was going to get good at speaking, he could only kind of practice every week, because they were only showing up once a week. So he knew that if he wanted to get better, and he wanted to get better and faster, he knew that he would need to speak more often. So he would need to try and get in to as many Toastmasters in his area. So I think that's what he did. I think he joined a couple of them, so that he was probably speaking maybe once a day at each of those Toastmasters, or maybe even multiple times a day, or any chance he had maybe to do a speech, he was up straight away just to keep working on that skill. And he knew that if he wanted to get better in the shortest amount of time, he would need to put in the legwork. He would need to do loads of speeches. He would need to get over his kind of discomfort. He would need to get more comfortable standing in front of an audience and speaking. And he knew that if he wanted to get that skill as quick as possible, he would need to just totally immerse himself in it and give speech after speech after speech, make more mistakes. But he knew he needed to put the legwork in to get better at it. And that's what you're going to need to do too. You mightn't be doing Facebook Lives all the time, but instead of waiting for it to come up, and instead of kind of looking at that little record button for 5 minutes, your finger hovering over it because you're afraid to push record, you're afraid to start, maybe just take a little step back and just do what I'm doing here. Just speak to camera, just have a conversation. Again, nobody has to see these videos. Even if you do maybe record them to YouTube, you can always unlist them, or you can turn them to private or whatever. But you can keep working on your skill, your confidence or whatever, or maybe getting more of your personality or whatever, or just relaxing on camera, so that when you do get over to Facebook and you hit the Facebook Live, you're hitting the ground running because you've already put the legwork in. So if you are having problems, doing any kind of recording, again, I totally understand, because I have been there too. And now that I have actually recorded tons of videos, it's come to the stage now where I actually question why people don't do it, why they don't record videos, because I find it so easy for me to do now. It's almost like, when you've learned how to ride a bike, you can't understand how the rest of the world can't ride a bike, because you can do it. But again, it's just because I've come so far on from where I've started that it's very, very easy for me just to hit the record button and record something. But I totally understand where you are. So if you are someone who is kind of, crapping yourself at the thought of recording a video, start doing some videos in the car or whatever. Again, they don't have to be crazy long. You can do maybe a short 2 or 3 minute video. Just set the camera up in your car and just speak to the camera as if you're explaining something to a friend, or kind of like a therapy session. If you want to get something off your chest or whatever, just speak to camera. Now, you can always delete the video when you're finished, but you will find over time, the more and more you show up in front of the camera, and when you do hit the little red button, you're not terrified about it. you know that you'll probably make a mistake, but you'll know how to correct that mistake, or you'll know how to laugh it off, because these are the things that, these happen. Unfortunately, when you do Facebook lives, I'm walking around this field right now, but I could fall over at any moment. But at the end of the day, I don't really care, because, so what? So if you do goof up, you'll be, the next time you do it, you'll be better prepared for it or whatever. But give that some thought today if you are terrified of doing Facebook lives or any kind of video. It is that you need to put in the legwork. You don't have to show up in front of that audience if you don't want to. Just start recording videos at home. So recording videos and just put them on YouTube or whatever, or just delete them. But again, it's just simply as me having a conversation with you, explaining something or telling you something about my day or whatever. It doesn't have to be this kind of huge, life-changing video. Sometimes you just like watching simple videos, just to see how someone's getting on, see how the business is getting on, see what they've found out, see what they're up to next or whatever. Sometimes it's just nice just to, drop in with somebody and just have a little bit of a chat. So if you are thinking of what content maybe you can create those videos, just simply think of, topics like that. How's your life going? Have you new products coming up? Have you new books coming out? Or what are you up to at the moment? Or problems, questions, or whatever. Just simply have it almost like a coffee break, where you are just talking to your audience. Doesn't have to be anything huge. And sometimes maybe that could be the reason why you're having trouble with hitting the record button, because you think you need to record some fantastic video that is going to stand the test of time and all those different things. You don't need it. Simply can be just a conversation between you and your audience. Don't build it up into your head and more than that. As I'm just walking around this field, I'm just having a conversation with you. So I know this video is probably going to disappear into the abyss in a while. I'm not expecting too much from it, but because I am so relaxed, because I know this video isn't going to light up the world, I am more probably, at ease when I am doing these videos. So give that some thought today. If you do want to get better at it, you are going to have to record more of them. Again, in your car, on YouTube or whatever. Again, just delete them or whatever. But just talk about simple things until you actually find your feet. And then when you do get over to Facebook, you will find it'll be a lot comfortable. And if you do make mistakes or goof up, you can laugh it off. Your audience will probably laugh it off as well too, that it's no big deal. But you'll need to put the work in like Tony Robbins did. You'll need to try and do as many as you can if you're looking to get good at it in a short amount of time. So as always, if you'd like to find more of this great content, do a search for WriteCome, WriteCome.com. You'll find the content all over the web. And if you'd like to know what we're doing on the website at the moment, if you come over to WriteCome, we have a great free report which is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from your writing. So as always, thanks for your time. Have a great day. Bye bye.